Namaste everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video we are going to talk about karma. So karma is actually a Sanskrit word which literally translates to action, doing. Whenever you are acting out in the world, what are your intentions behind it? What are your thoughts behind it? And what kind of action it is? And I feel karma is the most misunderstood concept. It has been identified as revenge, as something bad will happen to others, and that is karma. This is a very narrow view of understanding what karma actually is, because karma is not at all about what will happen to others. It is about what will happen to you based on your own actions. We live in a world where majority of us are conditioned in a way where we are controlled by fear. The reason I am saying this is because your emotion governs your thoughts. If a person is really fearful, they will feel insecure. They will constantly be in survival consciousness. And the thoughts that the mind will give because of that emotion will be also fearful, will be based on insecurity. And it creates a cycle, a chain of thought and emotion, thought and emotion. And those thoughts and emotions govern your action. That's why it is said, what you think, you become. So it is very important to break this cycle of thinking and feeling, to change your karma, to change how you act. Because without changing that, your karma will remain the same. You will remain the same. And that's the case with majority of the people. They never break out of this survival consciousness. They just react to life. They have been programmed in a certain way, and they are just acting based on that. And all their actions are reactions. They are not coming from a conscious awareness. They are not responding to life. They are reacting to life. And that is the lowest state of karma, because you have no conscious awareness at all. And as part of the society, the hive mind matrix, all your unconscious karmas will be justified. It is justified to be asleep. It is justified to be corrupt. It is justified to be an unconscious person in an asleep world. So you will never truly unlock the power of your karma. It can really transform your entire life if you just get out of this mindset that it is all about revenge. It is about transforming your own life. Another thing that I want to talk about is that karma is something that is existing in the plane of duality. It is existing in the 3D plane of existence. As long as you are experiencing this world as a physical being, you are a spiritual being, higher dimensional consciousness, having a human experience. As soon as you come into this physical realm, you experience cause and effect. You experience action and reaction. But people have this notion that even after you leave this physical realm, the karma goes on. But personally, I don't align with this, because I am a person who sees life existentially. There are religions who sell you this idea, basically to control you, that if you don't have good karma here, you will not reach paradise. This is just one story. All of them have a different kind of stories, but the notion is the same, that if you don't control your karmas, if you don't do good karmas, improve your karmas, you will go to hell, or you will be stuck in the cycle of reincarnation. So these all are concepts. No one has been to the other side and seen that there is a cycle, that there is a heaven, that there is a hell. These are concepts to control the weak mind, to poison you with fear, to make you obedient, so that you never question the nature of reality, because then you will become empowered. Then you will realize that you can actually become a co-creator with the universe, that it is not something against you. There is no one there deciding that you need to be punished. So those people who question, they are the seekers, and only they can truly understand the real meaning behind karma. So let's start with good karma. So I feel you can't really have a good karma unless you truly understand that you are not separate from this existence. As long as you think that I am separate from this collective, from this entire existence, you will live in survival consciousness. When you live in survival consciousness, you have no choice but to only think about yourself. And this system, this matrix, helps you in justifying your corrupt nature for your survival. Let's take example of the corporate consciousness. The structure, the hierarchy of the corporate world. That it's okay to backstab people so that you can climb up the ladder, so that you can reach to the top, so that you can reach to the higher levels. It's okay to betray your own people to get to that level. There are many examples you can find in this world where it's okay to do certain things because everyone else is also doing them. So as long as you justify your survival based karma, you will not realize that you are creating a lot of suffering for yourself, that you are not acting in the right way in the world. That's why it's very important to realize that you are actually one with the collective. And this is not something that you have to force on yourself. It comes with a realization when you are on the path of being a seeker, when you're searching that who you are, when you're truly spiritual, when you are not just spiritual because it's a trend. When you are truly spiritual, you realize that you are actually one with the collective. There is no separation. Then why will you do something where you are hurting the other person, where you are justifying your selfishness? Then you will think in different terms. Then you will be only concerned with making an improvement in the world in any way. You will not try to backstab people, hurt people, put others down, and all that stuff. So the highest act as a human that you can do is to inspire others. And only that person can inspire others who is inspired within. That inspiration does not come from motivation, from external validation. That inspiration comes from within the spirit. When a person knows themselves, that we are all one interconnected web of consciousness, there is no separation, then naturally you will try to uplift others. So this is one of the greatest karma, one of the greatest emotion that will help you to act in the right way, in the way where you are helping the collective, where you're helping others, where you are helping yourself also, because your action is in alignment with the higher power. When you are inspiring others, just see that energy. Or even when you are inspiring yourself to do better, to do good, when you are not justifying your bad behavior, you're trying to be a better person. So you're putting out into the universe, your action is putting out a frequency which is not about lower frequencies. It is ascending you and the collective together to something higher. Another thing that can be connected to a good karma is the energy of appreciation. The people who are stuck in the survival can never appreciate. They are always complaining. They are always stuck in the cycle of complaining. So that's why it's important that you break out of that cycle and realize that you need to be grateful for life. When a person is grateful, he is appreciating everything in his life. When a person is appreciating life, it becomes easy to appreciate other people. It becomes easy to see the good in others and telling them that. Just think about it. When you meet someone and the person only sees what's wrong in you, what you are lacking, versus when a person sees the goodness in you, how does it make you feel? That's how we are transferring karma. Karma is energy. It is a projection of our energy into the external world. Whatever we have, we project it on the outside. Inspiration, appreciation. When you project that energy, it gets transferred to other people. It creates something within them, and that's how you light up the entire web of consciousness and you do something good on a collective level. So you have to get out of this illusion that you are separate from the collective. We all are interconnected, and this natural understanding will help you to appreciate, to inspire, and make a huge shift in the lives of others and yourself. Another thing that is really good for your good karma is consciousness, awareness itself. When a person is conscious, when a person is aware, they are able to respond to life. You are not reacting all the time. There is a pause, there is a certain awareness that is looking and observing at all your thoughts and emotions. It will help you to not act on your survival mechanism. It will help you to take a back seat and observe it all, and then when you're ready, act on the higher frequency, not giving your power away to fears, to guilt, to shame. All these lower states of consciousness always bring out the worst in you. When you act from these states, your karma will not be of higher consciousness. The karma that you will be acting out in the world, it will be always coming from a lower state of consciousness. It will carry lower vibrations. So you are projecting a lower frequency into the world. Realize the value of meditation, mindfulness, being present in your life, being aware in your life, because it helps you to watch your thoughts, to watch your emotions, to break out of the cycle. You need awareness for that. Now let's talk about the shadow side of good karma. A lot of people are not aware of that. So let me give you an example, that there is a person who is a billionaire, and there is a group of billionaires, really rich people, and they think that because they have power, they can play God. They can decide what's best for humanity, sitting in a small room making decisions, trying to control humanity in a certain way, trying to influence their perception, and in the name of that, maybe convincing themselves that even doing something negative so that you can reach to a positive outcome, it's valid. We have given power to the money so much, we have given power away to the external things so much, that the powerful people are in control. And every human with power will become corrupt, because it is the ego in itself. The nature of the ego is of corruption. That power will corrupt the ego. It will not be able to handle it. That's the nature of the ego. It wants more control, more dominance. And in the name of helping others, you're doing the same thing. You're creating dominance. You're trying to gain more power over the collective. So this is just a facade that I am a good person, I'm a good billionaire. Actually, you just want more power for yourself. And the people who are awake will know that what I am pointing at, you don't have to play God. And on a smaller scale, you don't have to get in between other people's karma. Some people are going through so much of their own stuff. They have their generational trauma, they have their generational baggage, they have their own programs. Don't try to save everybody. When you see that someone is going through it, try it once, telling them that you should break out of it. Don't get in the middle too much. If you get involved too much, you are getting in between their own karma. They are supposed to go through their journey on their own. They are supposed to go through the suffering and success, both on their own. You can't interfere with it. You can't forcefully wake people up. They have to go through their own journey based on their own karma. Don't get in between. This particular thing happens with the open-hearted people, with the people who want the good for others. They don't mean any harm, but this is the shadow side that you need to be aware of, that you can't help people who are not ready to help themselves. They first need to go through their own journey. Maybe in their journey they will realize certain things, and then they will wake up themselves. Then they will ask for help and they will reach out. But in the meantime, don't get in the middle. You need a discernment here. So wherever this applies, use this discernment, that you can't get in the middle of other people's karma. Now let's talk about what we can label as bad karma, what we can call a karma which is not helping the collective, not helping you, but it's actually putting you down. The number one thing is judgment. When you are judging your life, when you are constantly judging the things in your life, when you're constantly judging other people, you are projecting into the world a frequency which reflects that you don't accept yourself. You don't feel safe within yourself. You don't completely love and accept yourself. And that is the mirror of your judgment towards the world. This is the first thing that I realized, that we humans, we judge everyone in the name of joking. Even when we are in a circle of friends, we make really mean jokes and we call that friendship. We call that fun. But we don't realize that when you are judging someone, you are shaming them. And shame is a very lower frequency. And when you shame someone, you trigger aspects within them that have shame. And that shame will completely bring that person into a lower state of consciousness. So because you have shame within yourself, because you don't accept certain parts of you, you project that shame into the outside world in the name of joking, sarcasm, and many things. And then that person is experiencing that same energy. This is the first thing that I stopped doing when I awakened. I realized that through my sarcasm, through my jokes, I'm actually putting others down. I'm insulting them. And you will see that most of the people, they can only joke on others. They can only insult others. They can't make fun of themselves. And that's a true artist. All the great comedians like Charlie Chaplin and many others, they were not about insulting other people. They were about making fun through themselves. I'm just giving you a perception here because maybe they accepted each and every part of themselves. They felt no shame. They owned who they are. So through this example, I'm trying to explain judgment is not healthy. It does not create a good karma in your own life and in other people's life also. You are not inspiring others. You are putting them down. You are not appreciating others. You are making them feel that they are not worthy. You are planting seeds of unworthiness in other people. Another thing that creates bad karma for you is going into the loop of self-sabotage. And you can also call this unconsciousness, opposite of consciousness and awareness. When you are unconscious, you are again and again going into the same spiral, same loop of self-sabotage, of creating more suffering for yourself. You might have heard the saying, you are creating karma for yourself, which means when you are unconscious, you act in a certain way in the world, and within yourself also, you get stuck in the cycle of thoughts and feelings that make you act in a certain way where you are not doing something which is helping you. You are repeating the same cycles. You are attracting same kind of people in different bodies when it comes to relationships. You're not learning the lesson. You're doing again and again the same mistake and expecting a different result. So this happens to a lot of us. We fall back into our toxic patterns. Maybe it is something that you're trying to get out of. Maybe it is some kind of addiction. But we again and again fall into it because we never free ourselves from the cycle of emotion and thoughts. Until you realize this, you can't change your action. Until you realize that it all begins from within. External action, you can forcefully try to stop, but without trying to change the internal one, it will only be temporary. So tend to your emotions. Heal yourself. Understand the needs of your aspects. A lot of times when we are going through addiction, we are trying to soothe ourselves. We pick up certain addictions when we are teenagers. We do not know how to soothe ourselves, so we get into this habit. But you need to connect to that aspect, that teenager aspect, that inner child. And once you see that kid and love that kid, you understand that where these emotions are coming from. You hug that kid. Then the energy is transformed. So you need to take your healing seriously. As you heal the collective. Because then you are not shaming others. Then you are not projecting that energy outside. Then you are accepting others. Acceptance is a powerful vibration. Acceptance means I see who you are. As you are worthy. Just think about it. If you meet someone and you just tell them that as you are amazing, man, how will they feel? That you accept them completely, that you don't want to be someone or something, then only they are acceptable. So that's how you transform your karma. By understanding yourself, by understanding your patterns, your behaviors, and you change them. You break out of this cycle of thinking and feeling, and you change how you act in the world. And as you do that, you completely transform your entire reality, because everything is energy, everything is vibration. So when you're acting out differently, your vibrational frequency is different and it attracts different things to you. Now another final thing that I want to address, a lot of people think that I am a good person, I do good karma. But the people who do bad things with me, they backstabbed me, they did something wrong with me. Why nothing wrong is happening with them? That's why the karma got the image that it's the god of revenge, that karma will get revenge on behalf of you. If their action is really bad, if they are projecting that energy, they are already suffering. If someone is backstabbing others, they are stabbing themselves. Things happen first on the inside, then it happens on the outside. They are just bleeding on others. And a lot of times, maybe they don't suffer in front of you. Maybe in front of you, they act all powerful, that look what I have done to you and nothing is happening to me. But internally, in their own personal lives, they may be struggling, they may be suffering, and maybe you are not just seeing that part of them. And another thing, don't worry about it. Just focus on your own karma. Don't worry about other people's karma. Don't try to hold other people's accountable forcefully. You can't hold other people accountable forcefully. It will happen when it's their time. You can focus only on your journey. It doesn't mean that karma is not real, that if you are not seeing them suffer, it's about you. It's not about the other. That's the point. So understand the real meaning of karma. Change how you feel, change how you think, and then change how you act. That's karma. I hope you enjoyed this video. You can like, comment, share. You can also support my work by hitting the thanks button. And please make sure to subscribe. See you in the next video. Much love to you all.